What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we have two main topics to talk about. One is going to be while we're in-game playing some bot lobbies, and it's going to relate to the magical world of Epic Games actually bringing something back out of the vault, but only into the zero build playlist, and some things about that. And then the other thing is something we can actually go to the item shop right now to view, and it relates to Muselk's Locker Bundle. So Muselk's Locker Bundle, as you can see down below, includes the Cloak Shadow skin, the Moonbane pickaxe, the Jolly Roger glider, and the Banner Wave emote. Now the Moonbane pickaxe and the Jolly Roger glider are actually super rare, well, except for now, I guess, since they're now, back in the item shop, but they last were seen originally over 1,600 days ago, with the glider being seen 1,601 days ago, and the pickaxe being seen 1,539 days ago, but none of that is important to what we're talking about with this bundle. So you might be like, okay, so we have a bundle, cool, whatever, what's the issue with it? Well, if we look at the locker bundle, you can see the skins included, the pickaxes included, the gliders included, and the emotes included, but we're missing an item, and the item we're actually missing is the back bling from the Cloak Shadow skin, being the Shadow Wings back bling. Now you might be like, oh, that's not much of an issue, you already own the skins, so just purchase this. It should be discounted free or something like that, right? No, for some odd reason, if you own a skin, but you don't own a back bling that is supposed to come with the skin, it doesn't do like it does with some of the older skins, like if you guys remember where they all had the same back bling, and when you bought it, it discounted the skin or whatever. It doesn't have that system in place at all, and instead it says you just own it, right? It says you own everything in this actual skin set or whatever, despite the fact that you won't have the own check mark on the wings or anything. So if you ended up buying this locker bundle because there's a discount or whatever on it, or you just wanted to get everything for a cheaper price, you might have actually been cheated out on the wings itself. However, Epic Games themselves are aware of this issue, and they said that they'll be granting anyone who actually purchased the locker bundle the wings in a later update, so you will still be able to get these in the game once, Epic Games does their make good grant to everyone. But with that said, of course, it's just a little bit of a bug that's been happening with the item shop, with the release of the locker bundle and everything, and it's nothing that they can really fix right now because, people have already purchased it in the shop, so it makes sense that they're going to be doing the make good a little bit later. However, with that said, we have another topic to talk about with you guys, and it all relates to zero build. So if you guys recall, I talked about how we were going to be getting more and more mobility in the game in the future, and how they were going to actually be releasing, like the grapple gloves, for example, through NPCs selling them and all that type of stuff, so that we could be seeing more stuff coming to the game, and even the fact that quad crashers were updated so that they could return this season. But Epic Games officially announced over on their Fortnite status account that the shockwave grenades are going to be unvaulted with the V25.10 update. However, there is a little bit of a catch to it, and that is that the shockwave grenades are going to be unvaulted in zero build only. Now this means that if you're someone who plays Battle Royale, with building enabled and everything, you won't actually be able to have this unvaulted item back in your game, so you won't have the whole shockwave grenades in the game anymore or whatever else like that. But if you play the zero build mode, you actually have a slightly altered loot pool because shockwave grenades are going to be added back once again. And I think that's a little interesting to see, because when I first saw it, I thought, they're just like, oh, shockwave grenades? Yeah, they're back, baby. You already know what's going down. And then they're like, back in zero build modes. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I play zero build all the time, so that's not that much of an issue for me. But I can see why some people might have gotten excited for this announcement because, they want more mobility or whatever in the game. And then it's like, oh, nope, you play builds? You play with building enabled? You don't actually get this to affect your game at all. Now, this does also mean that in the ranked version of zero build, that shockwave grenade should be enabled as well, since how the whole entire rank system works, right? Is it's not like a whole entire, separate loot pool or anything that they can easily modify similar to, arena mode, but instead it just uses the live game data from stuff like normal zero build, like normal Battle Royale, and it puts that in the ranked mode as well, with the only competitive, specific loot pool and everything being the tournaments list, because those still use the old arena mode system. But yeah, it's like if you play ranked mode, Battle Royale, building enabled, you won't see that shockwave grenade change, but if you play zero build ranked mode, you will actually see the shockwave grenade change in the game, and you will be able to use shockwave grenades in your matches. And it's kind of funny because in my video where we actually talked about Epic Games working on more mobility and stuff and bringing items back, I was like, imagine if they brought impulse grenades or shockwave grenades or something back to the game, and then not even a week after I make this video, all of a sudden, hey guys, we're bringing shockwave grenades back, and they're bringing it back to the mode that I mainly know, life, and play all the time. It's almost like I manifested it or something, right? So you know what? Can I just manifest, some collaborations in the game? Hey, Epic Games, if you're watching this, hit me up. I know some collabs I would like to see, but that's obviously just a little jokey ramble. Now, they also went on to say in their announcement that They are closely paying attention to player feedback regarding mobility items, and they'll continue to monitor gameplay for all Battle Royale experiences, meaning that, even though this is a slight change that only affects Zero build, we could see even more gameplay changes as, the community continues to let their voice be heard over on social media, such as, Twitter or whatever else, and it could mean that we might see even more mobility added back to the game, and we already know that, they're already working on bringing back a lot of older mobility, so it's really just kind of a waiting game of, oh hey, this is stuff that is supposed to be returning very soon. All we can really do is kind of watch as they slowly make those changes and update the loot pools for the new mobility items. And I gotta be honest, I'm getting used to the current mobility on the island, so it's like, it doesn't need to always be crazy, right? I know a lot of people were like, we went from a season where we had ODM gear, Spider-Man's web shooters, lightsabers, all this stuff, to basically nothing, and while, it is nicer to see, some more mobility added to the game, I'm kind of enjoying the slower paced, movement to other areas. The only thing I could really complain about with the slower paced abilities and stuff is that we have some, annoying challenges, because if we actually go over here to the milestones and we look at stuff like exploration, visit 15 named locations. That is just too much, man. Like, listen, I get it, you want us to explore a little bit, but it's like the challenge quests I'm able to do way faster than exploration quests, right? Because if we look here, challenge quest, 45 done. Combat quest, 38 done. Exploration quest, 17. It's the lowest one I have done. I thought challenge quests are going to be the egregious ones at first because, it had stuff like, oh, go ahead and, collect 500 items. But then they ended up lowering that to only 50 items, which was a major buff to doing that challenge real quickly. And it's like, combat quests I always expected to be super easy, but I thought exploration quests, since it didn't have the word challenge in it, was, going to be just simple, right? I thought it was like, something you could get done in a single match, but it's like, visit 15 named locations, right? Okay, if you look on the map here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's only 14 named locations unless I missed one in the game anyways, so it's like, those exploration quests should be the real challenge quests of this season. So it's like, that's the only thing I could see myself wanting more mobility for, is the quests like that, where it just kind of feels ridiculous how it's currently paced in the game. But with that said, that's your kind of daily news update with Fortnite. We're getting shockwave grenades back in the Zero build loot pool, and we have a little bit of a weird, wacky item shop bug. So with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.